around people who are vulnerable. And if you're a woman in a religion, you may be the majority of attendees, but you are not the majority of influence. Not unless you're married to a senior person of power, or you're in a specific powerful clique in the church. And the devastation of 6 churches and 4 denominations was so extreme when pastors retired. It felt like a death. I mean, it wasn't healthy mourning. It was like a death. Like something like a tragedy. It wasn't the acceptance, mourning of a good thing and just moving toward something better. It was like a king had died. And my mother mentioned it at the last place it happened in the early 2010s. And she mentioned that she was one of the few people in the church that didn't worship this person. How do you deal with codependency in church? Maybe you need to look in the mirror and decide if this place is the right place for you. If you set boundaries and people constantly try to move them, deflect them, or guilt trip you for having boundaries, you might want to leave. Personally, I can never be in an environment where you have to have these kind of boundaries. If you have to create a boundary that keeps somebody so far away of hurting you, I don't think I would want to be in that environment. And I know kids and teenagers don't get a choice. But if you're an adult, why would you even, and I know why they're there. I can't be in an environment that is it's codependent in any way. Any institution, usually run by men, that set you up to fail by creating an environment of emotional intensity, dependency, and co-reliance is not a place somebody with bodily autonomy and boundaries wants to be. It makes me physically sick to be in those environments. Personally, I think most churches are a very benign cult-like group. Cults wouldn't exist if people weren't codependent. I mean, love bombing makes somebody codependent. Friction causes codependency. And if you believe in God, codependency is a form of idolatry. It's a vacuum. When churches have codependency, it's a vacuum. Everybody is feeding off each other. It's kind of like a piranha farm. Everyone's a piranha and they're eating each other. It's so disturbing, even looking back. And if you're not in a church that has this codependent feeding frenzy of emotional vampirism, you are lucky. But religion teaches very unhealthy dynamics. And even if your church doesn't behave this way, if they use the Bible as a symbol or as words of wisdom, you are hearing very toxic, abusive dynamics. And anybody who can recognize codependency, don't be in environments that have these kind of things. Because anyone who sets you up to fail intentionally is not a place that you're going to gain emotional health. And it's a very dangerous place to be. People gang up on each other. They emotionally and psychologically and spiritually abuse each other. And when you have this codependency, this emotional vampirism, you have a narcissistic vacuum. And if you've never felt this in a church, I'm happy for you. But if you have, it's like they suck everything out of the room. It's like a helium vacuum. It's so uncomfortable. It makes me emotionally sick to be in these environments. And it's all about taking. If you put 100 type A extroverts in a room, but make it extremely toxic, this is the kind of, this is the environment I'm talking about. And extroverts, they don't have to be toxic. They can be overly friendly and kind. But when you have a lot of toxic extroverts, a lot of them have borderline personality and narcissism and emotional disorders. Because normal people can't live in that kind of vacuum for very long before it harms their mental health and emotional existence. I mean, it's so exhausting to be in these environments. It's like somebody is sucking the life out of you. We need to change the way churches run. We need to create an environment where leaders are not held up as paragons of virtue. We need to teach people immediately when they come in the church. A pastor is a human being. He is holding a position of influence, but not power. Don't look up to this person as anything but a talented person. And if you have a relationship with this person, make it professional. Do not become tremendously emotionally invested. Set boundaries. And don't be a part of groups that basically suck the life out of you. Luckily, I wasn't old enough to experience a lot of it, but I could feel it. It's kind of like an environment that is sticky. And it's like if you've ever touched or been in a restaurant that was sticky everywhere, that's the feeling. And it's like people are feeding off of each other. And it's so uncomfortable.